Damn.
I'm reading a new book
Wow.
by David Capellian. He wrote the book, The Marketing of Evil, and this is like, I wouldn't say a follow-up, but it's a very good book. Very good. I wish I had time to make up lessons based on this. That's really annoying.
Yeah.
What is that? It's not your fault.
It's the table.
Something on the table.
It's Tyler. It's him. See, I just saw him put his hand on it.
I think it's Andrea's apple crisp dish.
Right.
Did you ever say?
No. It's like, sometimes I feel like a flea on a fat dog. You just don't know where to start.
Come on, guys.
Um,
Just a big blow, buddy.
I know. There's a lot of stuff that I would like to like compact. I wish that I could like compact information, you know, and just like give it to people in a pill, and they could be like,
Packets and packets to people.
yeah, and then like they could take this little pill or something, or inject their brain, and be like, oh, okay, that's what he wants us to do.
That would be like Spock and just
They
kind
have something like that.
I know.
yeah.
Start with, yeah. What did they think of that?
Does anybody have any questions?
No,
Star
Star Trek's better. Spock.
Trek, I don't know.
Yeah,
The
well,
new Star Trek.
not like
How about
that.
neither?
Alright, anyways, I'm sorry.
I said a lot of stuff I'd like to teach, and like I have a bunch of books that I wish you guys could read, and a lot of stuff that I would like to do. But in order to be able to do, things have to be communicated. I mean, you can't just like start with nothing. Like Jesus had this 3-year process of taking these disciples and teaching them what he wanted them to know before he trusted them and said, here's what I'm going to ask you to do. And I just don't like that fact. I don't like the fact that it takes time to learn and communicate to people. I hate that fact. So if anyone figures out how to stop time, share that with us, because that could be pretty valuable.
But if I stop time, when I stop you too?
No. So somehow time machines have the ability to affect set areas of space.
Has there ever been a time machine made?
I'm sure there's time machines made. Haven't you seen the Bowling Timeline?
Then how would you know this is fact?
You need crystals.
How do you know this is fact? Hot tub.
Yeah.
How do you know this is a fact?
What's a fact?
That the time machine only does this in a certain space of time.
Every time machine depicted in
Yeah.
art or literature
Yeah.
is able to
Are these
affect.
always true?
Have you ever seen
It's
Back in the
consistent. It's
Future?
pretty
Come on
consistent.
now.
It's pretty consistent.
I've
Back to the
That's the
Future.
first thing.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, the telephone booth. It seems pretty consistent. It's able to somehow.
But what if it happens in multiple universes? That means it's happening in several different
We're not
universes
even
at one
talking
time.
about parallel universes. We're
I'm
just
sorry,
talking
but
about
it,
this.
you gotta think about this.
I have.
Okay, science fiction class is over.
There's lots
Let's
of
ask
stuff
Carol
like
if you took a class on science fiction. So,
So I guess what I'd like to accomplish with people in this class is what we talked about, I think it was a couple of Sundays ago, how I'd like for this class, for us to get beyond like simple stuff and use our time to do big things, do things that actually have an impact and influence on others. What's that noise? Are you
She
shooting
was like trying to open a
Are
candy
you
bar or
eating a
something.
plastic bag?
And
Oh,
it's
it's
fine.
okay.
I was like, what are you looking at?
And there's just like this whoosh, whoosh. I'm like, what are you eating? The wrapper? Saran wrap? Chewing aluminum foil down?
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Caleb, that made him mad. He didn't think about it. He got angry. That's pretty funny.
I didn't even hear it because I'm so used to listening to her play with it. So I'm like,
I've been there.
what?
We're all like,
I knew what it was. Keisha had one of those photos in the basement.
Tim, you still have that toy, don't you?
Okay. Yes, I do. I'll put it
You're up there
there.
on the airplane.
no, it doesn't
Calm me down.
But I have the headset on, so I can't hear it. So.
I feel better. No more stress. I'd like for each person, and I think that there are even grown-ups that are Christian, and they don't know why. They just somehow sort of arrived at that concept, that idea of Christianity being true. So, like, in your own life, Tim, why are you a Christian?
Why am I a Christian?
Yeah.
Because this is the truth that I found that, like,
Based on what?
based on the Bible, I haven't found anything to disprove it. Like, I've talked to a Buddhist, a guy Buddhist, and his ideals were off the wall. But, like, I can't be able to disprove this.
Can
So
you?
it must be true.
Can you? Well, that's a philosophical and a logical non-conformance. Disprovability is not reason enough to believe something. Like we talked about this before.
Yeah, pendulum. So,
My theory is the flesh of a watermelon is purple until you cut it open. You can't disprove it. Or orange, or electric blue.
Until you pierce the skin.
You can't prove it. Yeah, it's purple till you pierce the skin. You can't disprove my theory, therefore it must be true, right? Actually, I theorize that
Small
watermelon,
colonies of animals living inside it.
the watermelon is actually able to talk. The flesh of the watermelon can communicate with human beings until you cut it open. You can't disprove my theory, therefore it must be true.
Are you in there?
You see what I mean? Like this, the disprovability of something, you can't use that as whether or not it's true.
put it in acid,
The skin is pierced by the acid.
You got a small
It's only true while the skin is intact. So even if you were to insert a microphone or a camera, no matter how microscopic, the skin is
What if
pierced.
you put it through like where, where on the very side where it grows and you pluck it and you don't put it through the skin, you put it through the little
You
stem,
plucked it.
and then you put it through that.
You
and
plucked it,
will
you
do
You
that.
still pierced
And
it.
when-
It's
Yeah, you're
pierced.
cool.
You've
I
compromised.
am the
You
one.
compromised
It's not the skin.
the seal. You compromised it.
And now it can no longer talk.
Yeah.
Where'd it
Exactly.
go?
And it chose not to communicate before.
You work on that, let me know how it turns out. Then I'll just adjust my theory. Once you prove that one
He's
wrong,
gonna
I'll
go
just
home with a
adjust it.
stethoscope.
Mom, must have watermelons. Look at the theory here. So it cannot be enough that since no one has provided you with a viable alternative, therefore I'm going to believe this until someone is able to provide me with a coherent, sensible alternative to my current worldview. See what I mean? Like, what has proven that this is true? How would you defend this? That's what I'd like people to get to, instead of just being able to say, yeah, I'm a Christian, and I think Christianity is true, and all that stuff. Well, how will you prove that it's true? And there's a couple of different approaches. Like I have a book on Christian apologetics. Does anyone know what apologetics is? The definition of the word apologetics. Does anyone know the definition of apologetics is? Huh?
No.
Apologetics, an apology is more than saying I'm sorry. It's an explanation of why we do certain things. Like apologetics would be the defense of Christianity. Like, why do I believe in why do I believe in Christianity? I'll read this guy's definition because it seems to be much better than mine. His is a long story. But the whole first chapter is what is apologetics. And apologetics is a defense, basically. The word basically boils down to the word defense. It's my defense of the faith. One of the best and most effective, in my view, apologists in the world today is Answers in Genesis. Ken Ham and those guys, they do what they can to combat evolutionary theories. They do a great job, but apologetics in and of itself can never